All right, we go the same order that we've done previously post-game. We'll get an opening comment from Coach Martin, and then we'll take the questions for the student athletes.
Unbelievably proud of my guys. You know, they put up with me, which is not easy to do, and they've become mentally tough, as mentally tough can be. For us to be able to play against a team like Duke and play so well on the big stage says a lot about the character of our team. I've got unbelievable respect for Duke, for Coach K, for how they play, for what he's done for the game. I've told him this in private. He impacted a young high school coach who was the son of Cuban immigrants to want to do this for a career. And it's an unbelievable moment for me personally, but so proud of these guys.
Questions for the student athletes? David Cloninger with the State. Guys, if you could each take a turn. As it got down to the final minutes, did you ever allow yourself to think that you were moving on, or was it just about the next possession, next play?
Next play. It was, you know, the game still wasn't over. As long as time's still on that clock, the game's not over. I mean, we played to the 0-0-0, and the whole thing as the time was winding down was to finish the game. One possession at a time, just finish the game and make our free throws.
Like Sindarius said, you know, with the time on the clock, it felt like an eternity was going by. But we just wanted to make sure we stuck to our principles and we kept our composure. And the coaching staff did a good job of making sure that our emotions didn't get too high.
Chris, go ahead.
Like Sindarius and Duane said, when the game was going on, and if the clock wasn't over, the game wasn't over. So we was focusing on making a free throw and following the game plan.
David Caravello, Post and Courier. Sindarius, what changed after shooting 2 out of 22 the end of first half and then score 65 points in the second? Just what clicked for you guys?
We just made shots. Got the ball inside. Chris did a great job of just posting up, and you know, we just fed him, and he played good for us the second half. Chris was the difference in the second half. He showed up big time for us.
On the right.
Brad Fenders, Independent Mail. Sindarius, the other night you stood up here and talked about how much it meant just to win a game in this tournament for this program and for this university. Now that you're going to the Sweet 16, how does that even advance what you guys want to do with this program?
You know, we're not satisfied with just winning one game or this game. You know, we in it, so why not win it? Why not us? And you know, we feel like we can compete with anybody in the country. And you know, the goal is not just to win one game or, you know, just to win 2 games. You know, the goal is always to win it all. If you win it, why not win it all? And you know, that's our ultimate goal.
On the right.
Duane, what can you say about the pressure that you guys put on them? 18 turnovers, I think. And did you see them getting rattled by that?
That's just something that we've been doing all year. You know, playing under our coach, he does a great job, tremendous job of making sure that we understand that defense is our focal point. And we don't want to let our foot off the gas when it comes to our defense. We want to make sure we get into people and pressure them. So when our defensive intensity is up, it kind of translates to the offensive end.
Bob Costello, Greenville News. Chris, can you talk about your second half? Sindarius said he thought you were the difference. What was the second half like for you? What was different for you in the second half?
Like Sindarius said, I was just posting up and they fed me the ball, and I was just making the move and attacking the basket. So, yeah, I was posting up, and they did a great job finding me and giving me the ball, and I was just making the play to the basket.
Front.
Heath Klein, 107.5 The Game. Sindarius and Duane, could you guys both talk about what Felder's given you these last 2 games, what he's been contributing?
He's big, man. You know, he has a heart of a giant, man. He doesn't care who we playing. He doesn't care how big the guy is, whatever the accolades the guy have or nothing. He just have a heart that he won't stop. He won't stop. He won't back down from nobody. And you know, and for him to be a freshman and to give us that spark off the bench is tremendous. And he plays a big part of our team.
Like Sindarius said, you know, Rod's just a guy who, you know, he's very confident, and I think it's electric. It's kind of radiant. It goes throughout the team. When he's confident, we're all confident. And it's pretty big for him to come into these big stages and games as a freshman and play the way he plays on both sides of the ball.
Sindarius, do you guys have to convince yourselves you could win this game? What was the mindset to get into a positive frame of mind when people were saying you couldn't win.
We wasn't paying them no attention. The whole time, we felt like we could win. Only people that matters is the people that's in our circle, the people that's at practice with us, the people that's been with us from the jump, that's seen us grind, that's been with us through everything we've been through this season. Those are the only people that matter, and that's the coaches and us players. And we just try to stay with each other and focus on what we have, and nobody else really matters.
Zach Braziller, New York Post. When the brackets first came out, you guys are now advancing to the Garden. When the brackets first came out, everyone was talking about Duke-Villanova regional final at the Garden, and a few teams have crashed that party. How do you feel about being one of those teams?
Who was it for me? It's big, man. Just we just having fun, man. We just when we were just happy to be in the tournament. It didn't matter who we played or anything. We just just celebrate. We just enjoying the moment and just going out and giving it our all every game and controlling what we control. And that's our defense and everything else. It didn't matter who we played. We just going out and competing and giving them everybody our best shot.
Sindarius, how easy or difficult will it be to try to keep this even-keeled approach going to the next round, going to the Garden, going to play Baylor?
It's going to be hard. Just one more thing we can add on the list that the school hasn't done, and but we'll be all right. The coaching staff is going to do a good job of keeping us level-headed, keeping our composure down, and keeping us focused on the task at hand.
All right, let's dismiss the players and let them go back to the locker room. Thank you, gentlemen. Questions for Coach Martin?
Zach Braziller, New York Post. Coach, Rakeem had such a big impact in today's game, and his season numbers. He had some good games, but obviously didn't put up numbers like this. Why did you trust him so much in tonight's game, and what kind of season has he had overall?
For a freshman point guard, he's been phenomenal. He's been a spark off the bench for us all year. We've won games because he comes in there and he's aggressive, and he, like the guy said, he's fearless of the moment. He loves the big stage. I needed a New York City point guard. I like New York City guards. That's why I went and found Rakim, and we're lucky he's got family in our state. This was his dream school. Recruiting him might be the easiest recruiting job I've ever been a part of, the easiest. And he's become like a son to us, the coaches. He's like a little brother to Sindarius and PJ. You learn a lot about your freshmen, the way your seniors help them. Our seniors go out of their way to help him, and it's been like that from day one. So I know our seniors respect him. I know I respect him. He gets a little immature on us sometimes, but he's a freshman. I mean, heck, when I was 18, I wouldn't be able to handle the moment the way he does, so a lot of credit to him.
You said it was the easiest recruitment you ever had. Why was that?
This is dream school. I had one phone call, committed without visiting. Unbelievable. And some of these guys, you recruit them for 3 years and you don't get them. One phone call, that's all it took. And he wanted to come, and I said, whoa, relax, I got to do a little legwork here. And he was in from our first conversation. And that's why he's so committed to what he's doing. In his heart, he wanted to be a Gamecock. There was no questions asked. And that's why he's so committed and so proud to be playing at the school that he dreamt of playing growing up.
Left.
Frank, in the last 10 minutes or so, just how much of the last 5 years have you thought about, and how much you fought to get to this point?
A lot. A lot. We've got an unbelievable group of seniors. Those 3 guys are phenomenal. When they were freshmen, they had, Bruce Ellington, who is a great leader. He wasn't around. And he was with us for like 2 weeks and then declared for the draft, which I told him he had to do. And no one was there to help those guys. And they had teammates that didn't want to deal with the difficult practices, and they didn't want to deal with structure and discipline, didn't believe in what we were trying to convince them that we can become. Those 3 guys stood tall every single day. And that's why I'm not surprised that we played the way we did in the second half. Those 3 guys, think about it. A lot of you guys asked me questions during the year if I was going to sit Duane notice. You guys happy I didn't sit him?
On the right.
Coach, not to put a damper on your game, but this tournament was moved from North Carolina because of HB2.
Yes, ma'am.
And as a lot of fans and some players were entering the arena, they were met with Confederate flags. I wanted to know your thoughts on that.
It's unfortunate, but it's America. And you think we all agree on everything? Our state is united. Our state believes in peace and harmony. That's why this event is being held in our state right now. Our state's progressive. Our state has incredible people that's about moving forward. But it's America. We have freedoms. People have freedoms to do whatever they want to do with themselves and their property. It is what it is. There's things out there that I don't like, but I can't force people to do what I want them to do. All I know is this unbelievable university and state has taken in a son of Cuban immigrants that's married to a Jamaican woman, has mixed kids, and they have treated me like I'm one of their own from day one. I wouldn't want to coach in any other state around any other group of people for any other bosses than the ones I got. Our alums, our community is a beautiful, beautiful place. It's a united state. Unfortunately, things like that happen. But we live in the United States of America, and we don't all agree on things.
Phil?
Frank, you guys shot 71% from the floor in the second half, 4 or 5 on threes, 90-something% from the line. Where'd that kind of offensive fluidity come from? Have you seen that a lot in practice? Could you see that kind of shooting?
Yeah, you know, Phil, you're asking the question, so I'm not coming down on you. I'm tired of answering as to why we don't shoot more. I'm tired of answering that question. We wouldn't be in the Sweet 16 if we're a bad offensive team. Now, do we shoot 71%? What, we shoot 71 for a half? No, nobody does. But that's why they call this thing March Madness. I was extremely happy at halftime. I told our guys, someone's got to have courage and make shots. Today, we settled for some threes that we didn't need to settle for. We did today. Yesterday, we didn't. Today, we did. We stopped that. And we got production from our big guys at the rim, which then made their defense collapse and allowed us to then get better looks. Then again, we don't shoot. Was it the Alabama game that we were 3 for 30 or something in the one half? That's just like 71% is an abnormality, 3 for 30 is an abnormality. We're somewhere in between there. We're a good offensive team. We're better on defense, but we're a good offensive team, and we play together on offense, and that's why we're playing next week. If not, we wouldn't be in this tournament to start with.
Final question, Mark Bradley.
Yeah, Frank, not to go back about your offense again, but you scored 7 baskets in the first half, but you held them to 8. Are you going to that locker room thinking, we've got the tempo and we've got a way that we can guard them that can give us a chance here?
Our guys were very, very nervous. This is a new platform. It's the first time in the history of our university that we're going to the Sweet 16. Our guys were nervous to start the game. They were a little too, I was nervous for our guys to start the game. Once the half started to settle down, I was happy with how we were defending. I thought we shot some quick threes that we didn't need to shoot, unlike yesterday. Yesterday, I thought we shot good threes. Today, that was not part of what we were trying to do. I think at halftime, we're very positive. You can't have these kids that have been through what they've been through for 4 years to build this program and go in at halftime and doubt in who they are. We're very positive at halftime, and like we are 99% of the time. And they responded. They came out. We attacked the paint. Duane noticed, drove the ball, got it to the rim. PJ made some shots, and then Rolf Felder jumped up and made that 3. And that kind of made everyone feel a little better. And then Duane makes one, and Sin makes one, and everyone felt a little better. But it's at the end of the day, in the second half, we didn't pull the quick trigger on the threes, and we attacked the rim. And we as coaches kept telling the players, they're in a little bit of foul trouble. Attack the rim. They're in a little foul trouble. And I got to say, because you guys have asked about Chris Silva second half, I am harder on Chris Silva than anyone on our team because he can be so good. And he's just learning the game. He played like a grown man in the second half, not a little sophomore, but a grown man. And a lot of respect for Chris, the way he accepts coaching every single day.
Coach, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.